Hey y'all, it's the Tactical Texan here. Fire is one of the most crucial things to have during a SHTF grid down survival type situation. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a super simple, easily constructed stove using common materials and a common fuel so that you can be able to cook food, boil water, or even use it to keep warm. Fire is one of the most important things that you can have during a grid down or survival type situation. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a super easy, simple to put together penny stove. It uses common items as well as a common fuel. So what you're going to need for this video is some aluminum cans. You're going to need a penny. You're going to need some kind of book. Make sure that it's a little bit thicker. You're going to need a Sharpie. You're also going to need a razor blade or a knife. That'll work too. You're going to need an item like a tack or a nail in order to poke holes in the can. You're also going to need some kind of tweezer. Also, you're going to need some sandpaper as well as some type of fuel. And I'm actually using denatured alcohol. It burns a little bit cleaner. And of course, as always, you're going to need to have a Glock. The first thing that you'll do when building a penny stove is mark the can. You can either do that with a Sharpie by placing the Sharpie on top of the book you've selected and simply spinning the can around all the way around, or you can also take your razor blade and hold that and score the can all the way around. And that will give you a nice indentation that you can see when you're actually cutting it. So I've gone ahead and marked this with the Sharpie. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my razor blade here and I'm actually going to go around and score all the way around it. So what you'll do is you'll just follow your mark if you're not using the book, and you'll just score all the way around. You're not cutting anything just yet. You're just getting a nice starting point. You want it to be nice and deep. And once you get this done, what you'll do is, I'm almost finished here. What you'll do is, once you get it all the way around, go ahead and take your razor blade and just puncture it. And what this score line will do is it should make it easy for you to be able to just press down and tear along that line. That way you get a nice clean cut. And if it's not clean, don't worry about it. We can fix that at the end here. And if you got a little bit of water in the can still, that's all right. So that's what you're after right there. It's a pretty smooth, clean cut, and you'll do both sides of your can this way. And once you get that done, then you will take your needle nose pliers and you will go ahead and bend the edges just like so. And you'll do that all the way around. And what you're trying to do with that is you're trying to get it to where this piece of your stove will fit into the other half. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick here, and I will be right back. Okay, so after you have used your needle nose to crimp the can, it should look something similar to that. I know it's pretty ugly, but you won't be seeing that. So when you've got that done, what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and this is going to be your top piece. So what you're going to do is you're going to just ever so slightly fit them together and then press down. And now it's nice and firm. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some sandpaper and knock off these edges here because it's a bit sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So actually I decided to go ahead and leave it the way it was. That was actually going to be my bottom, so I ended up leaving it. So this is going to be your top, and as you can see, it's a pretty small stove, but that's okay. It'll be perfect. When you get the cans fitted together, the next thing you're going to need to do is take your Sharpie and mark the center part of the can. Then you're going to make 4 more marks, one to the left, one to the right, one to the top, and one to the bottom of it, just like that. Then what you will do is you will take that one mark here and follow it to the outside and make a mark, and then you'll take the next one and follow it outside of the circle here, make another mark. And you'll keep doing that all the way around. So then you'll have 5 on the inside and then 4 corresponding marks. And then you'll find the center between these marks, and you'll mark that. Then, once you have that done, you'll do the center between those points. Okay, so once you have your holes marked, you should have 16 on the outside and 5 on the inside. The next step in the process is you're going to take a push pin or a nail, and you are going to make holes in the places that you have marked. I'm using this multi-tool as a way to help assist me in making these holes. It's a little bit difficult, but if you have the strength, you can do it yourself. As you can see, I've got a couple going on here. You want to make sure that the middle hole is a little bit larger than the rest of them. That is something, there you go. So just a little bit bigger, because that's where you're going to be pouring your fuel and starting your fire. So I'm going to go ahead and get these holes punched, and I'll be right back. And here we have the completed penny stove. All that's left now is to test it out so y'all can see it in action. So we're going to go ahead and test out this stove here. A little bit of a side note on your penny. Make sure that you are using a penny that is dated 1962 or older. In 1963, the government took out the copper that was in the pennies and replaced it with zinc. So it has about 98.2% zinc and only about 0.08% copper after 83. So you want to go ahead and make sure to get a 1962 or older penny, which has about 95% copper. Otherwise, your penny might melt. So what we're going to do here is we've got our stove here and a little bit of denatured alcohol. We're going to pour that in, and we're going to let it drain in there. And I'm using matches here. So there we go. There it goes. So as you can see here, your jets work properly, and what it does is the fumes are now coming out of the sides to get you that nice even burn for your pot. So there you have it. So here it is, y'all, the penny stove. A super simple, easy to make stove that you can use to cook food or boil water using readily available materials and fuel. Knowing how to make one of these will serve you well in a grid down SHTF survival type situation. So share this information with your friends and family by hitting the share button. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and comment below with your personal experiences in making one of these. And if you've made any tweaks to it, let me know. I'd love to hear them. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, please hit that subscribe button in order to stay updated on videos that I'll be posting in the future. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one.